The era of job hopping seems to finally be over. That's according to a brand new report by the Bank of America. Job hopping is essentially this idea where actually if you move jobs quite consistently, you often end up earning a lot more than if you just stay in one organization and kind of work your way up through the ranks. And a lot of the research back in the early 2020s certainly seemed to suggest that. However, in 2025, it sounds like we're starting to come to the end of this. And what I mean by that is it now looks like it's starting to pay a little bit better if you actually stay within one organization and work your way up, rather than trying to move consistently each time trying to get that pay bump. And look, obviously that's not a universal rule. Obviously there'll be scenarios where you can still get a better offer from a different company and it pays a lot more to move companies. However, it does appear that companies are starting to value that loyalty that little bit more and starting to reward people for actually staying within the company, which I do think is a positive move in the long run for sure. And the reason why I like that in particular is I was never that comfortable with the idea that people were leaving jobs they really liked simply because they wanted to get the pay rise that they wanted. So the idea that people can actually get that while staying in the same organization, for me, feels like a great win, because obviously not only do you have people who actually want to be there, they're also sort of financially motivated to do the best job possible. And so for me, I do think that's a positive move in the long run. However, as ever, would love to hear from you in the comments.